Hey, what's going on? Mike Gastin here, and I am glad to be back. It's been a while since I put a video out, and I went through something quite spectacular the last few weeks. I spent about almost 2.5 weeks on my back, knocked out because I had COVID-19. I got an especially generous case of it, let's just say. And I experienced it was just a tough time. In fact, there were a couple days there where I was a little bit like, I don't know how this is going to end. Now, all that said, we got through it just fine, but it did give me time to think about the concept of struggle, adversity, and hardship, and how it actually is a gift. Those things are a gift that we should not avoid, that we should embrace with open arms, because there are 7 benefits to experiencing adversity, struggle, and hardship. And I want to share those with you today. And the reason I want to share them is I think we live in a culture, we're in this climate right now where people feel that they will do anything. They just feel that any type of hardship, any type of adversity or struggle is bad. Any discomfort, any pain, any hardship, any deprivation is a bad thing. I mean, God forbid you can't stuff your face at any time or enjoy pleasure at any time or get access to 100 different binge-worthy TV series at any time. We just have this mentality that consumption and pleasure is good and any type of hardship, struggle, or pain is bad. And I'm here to tell you, and my COVID experience kind of reinforced this. I've always felt this way, but it reinforced it for me that these things are a gift. Hardship, struggle, and adversity are a gift. And if you are given this gift, you should receive it with open arms and get the most you can out of it. So I want to share 7 things that I think this gift will give you. Now, the first one is that it will help you test and know your limits, your capabilities. Often when we have not been tested, we don't know what we're capable of, and we are fearful. We avoid. We think, I couldn't do that. You see somebody else climbing a mountain, running a race, or enduring some type of difficulty. You think, I don't have what it takes to do that. I would never make it through all that. The fact of the matter is, when we go through hardship, when we go through struggle, when we go through adversity, we discover that we actually have more depth, we have more strength, we have more reserves that we can draw from, that we can endure way more than we thought we could. This is why people do fasting. This is why people do things like endurance races. They want to test their limits to see what they're capable of. And this is a good thing, to know your limits, to know the depths that which you can draw from. And often you will find you're capable of much more than you thought you were. And that self-knowledge is powerful. Now, the second thing that enduring hardship, struggle, and adversity will help you do is it will eliminate fear. Often we have this fear of the unknown. We see something out there that looks scary, it looks difficult. Once we experience it, we realize, okay, this isn't as bad as I thought. I realize now that I'm capable, like the first point, I'm capable of enduring it. I've got what it takes to get through this. Yes, it wasn't fun, like me with COVID. It was pretty tough, and it got into my head. It was emotional, it was depressing, discouraging. It felt like it was just never gonna let go. But it eliminated the fear, this idea. Everyone's running around terrified of COVID. I'm like, I've got it. I'm almost through it. Like, I beat this thing. I don't have to be scared of it anymore. I know what it looks like. Think of yourself as a boxer that's never been punched before. You train, you learn all the moves and everything, but you get in the ring and you've never been punched in the face before. You're going to spend all your time trying to avoid being hit. You're going to be scared of being hit. My experience is, once you get socked in the face that first time, you go, okay, I don't like this, but it's not as bad as I thought it was. It eliminates the fear, and that frees you up to engage fully. You don't have to hold back. You don't have to be scared. You can go all in. And the boxer that can go all in is the boxer that will win a fight. Now, the third thing that going through adversity, hardship, and struggle will do for you is it will build your confidence. When you go through these things, when you test your limits, when you know what you're made of, when you experience them and take the fear out of them, you come out much more confident. You have a better handle on life. You have a better handle on who you are and what you're capable of. And you understand that these things that come against you, these hardships or difficult times or even hurts, emotional and personal hurts, aren't as bad as you thought they might be. They're not wrecking you. They're not breaking you, which means you can go into life and say, you know what, I can handle things. I know I can handle hardship. I'm not fearful. I know what I'm capable of. I am confident now to engage life. Now, the fourth thing that these things, this gift of hardship and struggle and adversity will do for you is it will put life into perspective. Sometimes when we haven't gone through difficult times, we don't have a good perspective. We don't understand, the priorities of what matters. Maybe you take your health for granted. Maybe you've always been healthy. You've never been sick, and so you don't even think about your health. You don't think about how valuable it is. Maybe you've never been without money. Maybe you come from a wealthy family. But those that have gone through difficulties, that have gone through hardships, they get their priorities in order. You go through a difficult time, you go through some deprivation, you go through some struggle, you go through some pain, and you start to realize what really matters in life and what doesn't. You're able to put aside the things that are superficial. You're able to recognize the things like people and relationships and the time that you have and your health that really are valuable. They're true wealth. And so going through a hardship can do you a great service in helping you get your priorities aligned and get your life into a proper perspective. Now, the next thing, the fifth thing that going through these difficult times will do for you, related to putting your life in perspective, will give you a sense of gratitude. It will humble you and give you a sense of gratitude. When I came out the other side of COVID, I was weak, I was tired, but I was so grateful. I was so grateful for my life. I was so grateful for my health. And even more so, I was so grateful for my wife who took care of me through this whole thing. I had to rely on her to care for me. And I just realized I have people that love me. I have my health. And I was able to get through this thing. And that created a sense of gratitude. I was grateful for my work, for my clients, for the opportunity of the life that I have. It just really, having put everything into perspective, gave me a sense of gratitude. Now, sometimes people will come through a hardship and they'll be angry. They'll say, well, why did this happen to me? How dare this happen to me? Or they'll be wounded or infuriated because they feel there's an unjust God or an unjust universe or unjust society. But I think a healthy mindset when you come through this is a sense of gratitude. When you come through a hardship successfully, you get to the other side of it, it creates a sense of gratitude because you recognize what you have. Now, the sixth thing that going through this tough time will do for you, and I think this is an overlooked one and it's really important in our society today, is it creates a sense of empathy. When we've struggled, when we've gone through hard times, when we've suffered pain or hurts or injustices or starvation or poverty or failures, whatever these things are that we've experienced, we tend to be more empathetic to those around us, because when someone else has lost their health, you become sympathetic, you're empathetic, you understand how difficult, how emotionally draining, how depressing, and how lonely those times can be. And that makes us sympathetic in wanting to reach out, wanting to be kind to other people, to be patient, to be gracious towards them, to even support them and help them through a tough time. Go through a broken relationship, go through a failed business, go through financial struggles, poverty, and so on. It will, and I'm not encouraging you, I'm not saying you should, but I'm just saying if you are to go through those things, it will make you more empathetic to other people and their plight. You start to realize that even if you don't know someone's going through a hard time, everybody's carrying some kind of a burden. And it just takes your eyes off of yourself and helps you understand that other people are struggling too, and it makes you a more empathetic person. And who doesn't need to be a little bit more empathetic? Now, the last thing, number 7, the last kind of gift or benefit of going through adversity, hardship, and struggle is it makes you stronger. It makes you stronger. And not just, like I survived and now I've got, like for me, COVID, I've got the antibodies and my body is stronger now. It's going to resist another bout of this thing. And if I were to get it again, it'll be much more mild. But going through all these things, struggling through all these things, they make you mentally tougher. Think about exercise. You go to the gym, when you're lifting weights, you're creating a sense of struggle or hardship. It's manufactured. Life didn't throw it at you. You're in the gym. You're lifting those kettlebells and all that kind of stuff. You're creating adversity for yourself. But by doing that, your body responds and it grows more muscle tissue. it becomes stronger. You're increasing your strength. Same is for a tree that's out in the wind and has a little bit of drought from time to time. It gets nice deep roots. It's able to weather any kind of storm. A tree that never experiences that has a shallow root system. And when a hardship comes, it gets blown over. And so you will build mental toughness, emotional toughness, and physical strength as you go through these hardships and these seasons of adversity. And so I want to encourage you as you're going through life, do not be the person that seems so common in our society, that wants to avoid every bit of pain, that wants to avoid every bit of hardship, that feels that they need to stay safe. And if there's anything that just threatens them or upsets them, or they're outraged, they're infuriated, this is someone's fault. Enjoy life, engage life all in. Don't hold back. Some adversity is going to come from time to time. Hardships are going to come. The struggle is going to be there, but it is your friend. Embrace it head first, all in. You will get through it. You will get through it, and you will be better for it. Guys, I hope this is useful to you. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel. I try to help people get free and live life on their own terms. And I would love to have you along for the ride. And if you want to get in touch, just go to my website, MikeGastin.com. There is a contact form there. Would love to hear from you. And in the meantime, I hope you guys are doing well. I love you all, and I will catch you in the next video.